So what's going on, guys? It's Anime One back here with another video, and today I'm here with another part of What If Naruto was elected and had Isshiki's karma. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. So let's begin the video. In a dark cave, 9 hologram figures were standing. They were talking with a huge statue at the middle of them. They were standing in the fingers of the statue. "So, how's the status?" asked the man with a ripple-eyed pattern. The other one, who was half white and half black, spoke. "It's quite good. I have found the locations of all the Jinchurikis, from 1 to 9. As you know, Deidara and Sasori are after the one-child Jinchuriki, as of here right now, currently," said Zetsu, as all of the other members nodded. "The others will be captured soon, but we will have to seal them in order from 1 to 9 accordingly," said Pain, as all the members simply nodded. "When are we going in our mission, Leader-sama?" Kakazu asked, as he was getting bored of this shit. Of course, he was going on bounty hunting for, his money, and Hidan was getting his sacrifices, but, well, going after Jinchuriki, that was a thrill. After the one tail just captured, he'll immediately go after the two tails. It's as simple as that. As they're going after the two tails, the three tails will be captured by Deidara and Sasori, just like before. And as for him, the four tails, Toby and Kisame, will go after him. And this one, Toby is actually really serious. He's not a dumb fuck, because he had to recruit Deidara into the Akatsuki's, and Deidara really hates Toby in this one. So yeah, because of Toby, who put Deidara under Genjutsu without him even getting to know. If you guys don't know, Obito is actually really fucking good at Genjutsu. I don't know why people think that he's not. He put the 9 tails under a Genjutsu, and also put a perfect Jinchuriki Yagura under a Kodomatsukami level Genjutsu, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the question, because people just heavily underestimate Obito. Oh yeah, so let's get back to our what if. Kisame grinned. "The four tails, huh? Very well then," he said. Toby also nodded. "The 5 tails, well, I'll be going after it myself. The 6 tails, that I'll leave to Hidan and Kakazu. The 7 tails, and the 6 tails, well, the 7 tails will be taken care of by Kisame and Toby. The 6 tails, I'll go after it. The 8 tails, either Kisame or Toby, or I'll take care of it. And the 9 tails, I'll go for it," said Pain, as it was decided all the members and what task they needed to achieve. All of them nodded as the hologram vanished, except for 3 holograms that still stayed there: Toby, Pain, and Conan. "So, how's the Jinchuriki?" Toby's tone completely changed. It was serious before, but now it sounded more dark, ominous. "Well, I would not say it's too good. The 9-tailed Jinchuriki might be more trouble than we thought. Fighting a yellow flash of the leaf is not gonna be easy, and Konoha is very strong. I doubt even a self-proclaimed god like you will be able to take them on," Toby said in his dark voice. Pain actually was a little offended by that. "You think I cannot defeat the 4th? he asked. Toby shook his head. "I'll be blunt. No, you can't. The 4th is a monster. His speed is something that even I fear. I fought him 16 years ago. And let me tell you, the sight and the bow was not what we planned. Pain, I doubt that you can even defeat me. rather alone Minato. I suggest wait for the perfect opportunity and then go for the Nine Tails. Otherwise, it's gonna be trouble. Not to mention, by the reports that Zetsu has given us, the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, both of them have gone really strong. So it's gonna be hard to capture them. Said Toby. Pain and Conan stayed silent. What about the other one? The one who has been expanding the snow country. Pain asked. Toby spoke. That brat is gonna be trouble, said Pain, as he just shook his head. Do you want me to go there? Asked Pain. The man shook his head. No, not right now. When the time comes, I'll go there myself. I want to have a little chit-chat with Naruto Uzumaki and see what all the fuss is about. Even Zetsu had warned me not to go after the bastard. Said Toby as his hologram started vanishing slowly. We'll meet again, Pain. Have some business to take care of. Then he vanished. Conan looked at Pain. Do you trust him? She asked. Nagato or Pain shook his head. No, not even a bit, but I have to accept the fact. He is stronger than I am. I saw that thing when I tried to attack him 6 years ago, and it didn't went too well. I tried to kill him and take over the Akatsuki myself, but I'll say this again. That bastard is strong. We'll have to lure him into your trap, Conan, that you prepared for so many years. That might be the only way that I can think of defeating him. His intangibility counters pretty much every single one of my moves that I have accumulated with a Rinnegan. It's useless to fight him, said Pain as his hologram vanished as well. Meanwhile, with Toby just was also in a dark cave as he was walking. Zetsu started appearing from behind him. Where are you going? Zetsu asked. To the snow country, said Toby. Zetsu actually was a little panicked by that. No, I told you not to go there, Zetsu said. He was a little panicked. Obito was the only, source that he had to revive his mother. Madara was not coming back anytime soon unless Obito was there. Obito just looked at him. His one Sharingan eyes narrowed. Why are you so afraid of a mere brat? You do know that I'm the strongest member of the Akatsuki, and only the yellow flash of the leaf, Minato, stands a candle against me in a battle, and I'm probably strong enough to defeat him as if I'm right now. So, what are you afraid of, Zetsu? Toby asked. Zetsu what the hell could he say? That he knew who Naruto was like? No, that wouldn't be good. That brat, his energy is on a completely different level. It even makes the nine-tailed beast pale in comparison, Zetsu said. Toby's eyes widened underneath his mask. Did he just say it makes the nine-tailed beast pale in comparison? He said, as Zetsu nodded. Toby smirked. Well, if that's the case, I really want to have a chit-chat with Naruto Uzumaki. Let's see how it will go, he said as he vanished in a strolling vortex, not hearing the cries of Zetsu, who cursed. Shit, this is not good. Not good at all. That fool, he cannot face off against that monster. He has even surpassed Isshiki's power. I saw him that day. He was truly a terrifying sight. The amount of power that the brat wields, it's even beyond Mother. No, even beyond Isshiki. Isshiki, who had not even consumed the Earth Chakra fruit, is stronger than Mother when she consumed it. Shit, this is not good. Zetsu thought as he started vanishing into the ground. He needed to make sure that Obito, that fool, would survive this shit. And he needed to make sure of that, no matter what. And after all, he was the one who, in an attempt to release Isshiki and hopefully help him in his plans of reviving Kaguya, was the one who actually gave that box underneath the Nine Tails. He couldn't get hold of that box, but when he did, he immediately took chance and tried to release Isshiki. But that foolish Hagoromo, he was smart. He knew when Isshiki was released, he would be wreak havoc in this world. So slowly and surely, he made a seal that would kill Isshiki from inside, and it did. But because of that, Isshiki was forced to give karma to Naruto when he was a mere newborn child. And when that happened, when Naruto was enough of an age, the karma started working. When he was 5 years old, and it started spreading to his body. Unfortunately for Isshiki, Naruto was a perfect vessel who could actually relish amount of chakra. But the thing was, Naruto tried to kill himself, and when that happened, Isshiki had no choice but to regurgitate Naruto's killed cell and make new ones, hence also making Isshiki unable to resurrect in Naruto's body. Now, Isshiki always cursed that fact, but Zetsu knew for a fact. Even with 80% of the karma completed, and Naruto being able to wield 80% of Ishiki's power, that in itself was a problem. And he knew that. He just hoped that fool Obito would survive this. Meanwhile, in another planet, Ragnarok was walking towards, one of the chambers in the massive castle that was there, the main chamber. He opened the door as he, started walking towards the man who was sitting on the throne. His eyes closed. There was also an eye on his forehead, which was always open, black irises, and a very, very bright pupil. A mixture of silver and bright blue color. It was the Jogan. The king, the man who was there sitting, opened his eyes to show the similar eyes in both of others' sockets. He looked at Ragnarok. Ragnarok, why are you here? He said. Ragnarok smirked. Sir, I found Isshiki's location, he said. The king's ear perked up as that got his attention. Did he say you got Isshiki's location? Where is he? The king asked. On a planet named 14456. There people call it Earth, said the man. Earth, you say? Well, that's good. Since you have found him, why didn't you go there? Asked the king. But Ragnarok shook his head. Sir, it'll take some time. The time passes there and here. Well, we ought to go through there with the time-space dimension. It'll take too much time for travel through space, said Ragnarok. The figure sighed. Very well then. Go, Ragnarok. I'm giving you permission to use our secret space-time technique to travel through dimensions. You're free to do it, said the king. Well, when are you gonna leave? The king asked. Ragnarok actually wasn't thinking position. Well, I think a month or two would be good. I need to consume a few more chocolate fruits and bring some of them back since I've already laid down the seedlings, said Ragnarok. The king was actually satisfied with that that answer, since it was valid. Very well then, if that's what you wish. He closed his eyes again and laid his head on his palm of his hand as he waved his hand. If that's all, you're dismissed, he said, as Ragnarok nodded and started walking away. As a woman was standing outside, Sir Ragnarok, How did it go? She said. Ragnarok smirked. What do you think it will? He will follow whatever I say. He is stronger than I am, but he also knows that I am the second strongest in the whole of the Otsutsuki clan. And without me, the amount of chakra fruit that comes into our clan will be significantly reduced. Because of that, he has no choice but to listen to me, said Ragnarok. Samantha just shook her head. Sir, if the king hears this, he'll kill you, she said. Ragnarok shrugged. If he kills me, then he kills me. I don't fear death. Like any other Otsutsuki, I want the thrill of a battle. Dying in a battle will be the greatest honor that I can have, he said. Samantha, a sad, perplexed, confused, anger look on her face. She just looked away. Ragnarok just sighed. Samantha, look at me. She didn't. Samantha, he appeared in front of her as he lifted her chin up to look into his eyes. Listen, I know what you're thinking, but again, as I say, I'm not like any other Otsutsuki. I am a battle-hungry one, not a power-hungry one. I do love immortality, but what is the meaning in living so long? When you don't have thrill in a battle, when you don't have any thrill in your life, maybe other people, like other Otsutsuki, want to become a Otsutsuki god, and our king is the closest to that power. But he doesn't have any challenge anymore. He's bored out of his mind because no one can give him a challenge in a fight, and because of that, his life is boring. I would rather die than live a life like that, he said to her. She put her head down. But you're dying in a battle, that's just... The Ragnarok started chuckling. Don't worry about it. That's just how I am. Well, if that's done, we have few missions that we need to go on. Let's go, he said as he grabbed her hand, and a portal appeared as they stepped right through it, and they vanished. Toby appeared in the snow country out of a swirling vortex in the palace well, he sensed Naruto's chakra a while ago. Now, where is he? But before Toby could say anything, he was in a huge room, way too huge to be exact, as he saw a figure sitting in a throne, just with his eyes closed. His head rested on his palm of his hand, as the figure spoke. Who are you, and why are you here exactly? Toby looked at the figure, his red Sharingan eye glowing in the dark, as he started stepping forward. I am the leader of the Akatsuki. My name is Madara Uchiha. Why don't we talk a little, Naruto Uzumaki? He said, as his Sharingan looked menacingly at Naruto, who opened one of his eyes to show it was a Byakugan. A Byakugan? That's surprising, said Toby. Naruto didn't respond, but there were several black rods that appeared as they went towards Toby, but he just phased right through him. That surprised Naruto a bit. That's an interesting ability you have there, Naruto said. Toby smirked. I'm invincible with this technique. You cannot touch me, but me on the other hand, he said as a portal appeared right a little next to him as several shuriken and kunai were thrown towards Naruto. But before they could reach him, all of them, disappeared. But Toby saw it. They shrunk, he thought, as his Sharingan prowess was stronger than Shisui, Itachi, or anyone in the Uchiha clan currently, so he could see it. The objects had shrunken down before they could reach Naruto. What in the world was that? Toby thought. Naruto got up from his seat as he started walking towards Toby. Well, if you want to talk, what do you want to talk about, Toby? He asked. Toby looked at Naruto. Oh, well, I want to talk about what do you want exactly, Uzumaki? Is it the destruction of the leaf? Or is it for you to rule this world with an iron fist? What do you want exactly? Asked Toby. Naruto looked at him. Neither. Destroying the hidden leaf is not something that I desire. Neither ruling the world. That is gonna be boring. And I don't want a boring life. My life is boring as it is. I don't have thrill for battle. Well, you could say I have a family and have few kids. That would be my dream. And rule this country as it is and not let others interfere with my country's business, said Naruto. Yes, Toby was a little surprised by that. Even with all the power you have, he asked. Naruto nodded. Yes, indeed. Even with all the power I have, life will just be boring if I just try to change the world. The world is as good as it is right now. Maybe the wars between the great nations may be something, but if they try to interfere with my nation's business, I'll slaughter every single one of them, whether they were children, women, anyone. I will have no mercy, said Naruto. Toby smirked under his mask. You're just the type of person that I like, Naruto Uzumaki, he said, and Naruto opened his other eye, the left one, which was the one which had the Dharma in it. The Dharma was completed fully, as it has 8 yellow triangles in it. Naruto looked at Toby. So, what were you speaking of? What do you want from me? Toby raised his hand. I want you to join me. It's as simple as that. Become a member of the Akatsuki. And we'll rule the world together. Naruto Uzumaki. Pain will come here soon, and I know that for a fact. He has a grudge against, well, all the great nations. But I'm not a great nation. Neither is this nation mine. Well, I didn't mean it in that way. I mean, he'll come here to ask for your assistance in waging war against the 5 great nations when the time will come. Naruto was a little perplexed by that. Waging war, you say? Toby spoke too much. I've already told you too much about my plan. But don't you want a world which is peaceful? No hatred, no war, nothing. Asked Toby. Naruto started laughing. Whoa, if you say it like that, it'll just be boring. Nothing to live for, no thrill of battle. Are you kidding me? I would rather not have a world like that. No, I don't want a world like that, Toby. I would rather die than have a world like that, said Naruto. Toby narrowed his eyes under his mask. So you're telling me you don't want peace? Naruto shook his head. Peace and all is good, I admit it. But conflict is also needed. Otherwise humans, we are such creatures, that will become soft. And as long as humans exist, there will never be true peace as you say there is. Humans are selfish creatures, that's just the way we are. We learn how to steal from others without actually trying to understand the other's perspective. That's how I am, and that's how you are, and that's how every human is. It's as simple as that. Naruto said to Toby, who shook his head. Then I'll dispose of you right here and right now, since you're gonna be a hindrance to my plans, Toby said as he raised his arm forward. A swirling vortex started appearing, as Naruto was, well, sucked into the swirling vortex, as Toby just sighed. I wish that I didn't have to do this. But before he could think of it, a red portal appeared in front of him. Naruto stepped out of it. That was an interesting ability, Naruto said. Toby's eyes were wide with shock. What? What? Uh, but how? Space-time ninjutsu of that caliber, he said. Naruto looked at him. You're Sharingan, the mangekyo. It has a very interesting ability. Since now I know how it works, your pocket dimension. Very to become intangible. I'm thinking you send your body parts that are about to get hit into the Kami or whatever your space-time dimension and become intangible. And from what I'm guessing, you do not act this upon will. It just happens, doesn't it? You only have a second or two to react to the attacks or pierce you. Isn't that right, Toby? Naruto said with a smirk, as a sword appeared out of nowhere in his hand. Naruto looked at Toby. I wonder, how long will you last? Naruto appeared behind Toby as he swung his sword, letting the sword pass right through him. But Naruto was smart, as he saw what happened. Toby, on the other hand, didn't know what happened. He just smirked. But before anything, once the sword completely phased right through Toby deactivated his Kami. But as soon as that happened, now, Naruto whispered, and out of nowhere, a black rod pierced right through Toby's jaw, reaching right through his chin. What the hell? He thought. Naruto started chuckling a bit. You're a fool. That space-time ninjutsu has so many weaknesses that I can literally laugh. Especially with my ability, you cannot do anything. I put a microscopic rod when I swung right through you, as when the rod was reaching down, some part of her body was not intangible, and I reached there. And when the sword phased right through you, I activated my ability to make the rod expand in size. And when that happened, your jaw and your chest area are not in good condition, Toby, Naruto said. Toby was not in a good condition, as he saw several black rods coming towards him. He activated his Kami within a second as he let through them phased right through him. He coughed up blood. What the hell? He thought. But before anything, Naruto appeared in front of him. I wonder, he said, as he brought his hand up, how long this Kami shit will last of yours. Naruto put his hand forward as Toby's eyes widened. I cannot follow up with his movements, he thought, as Naruto punched him right in the gut. Toby coughed up blood from within his mask. So strong. This can't be real. Even Sanada pales in comparison, he thought as he was sent flying away. Naruto appeared in front of behind Toby as he kicked Toby to the ground and stomped on him. This is over. You're a worm compared to me. Do not try to face me as if you're a god. The only god that exists in this planet is me alone, Naruto said, his Byakugan and Darmagan shining in the dark as he looked at the man that was beneath his feet. But before anything, a black and white substance appeared from the ground as several wood spikes were fired towards Naruto, who just used his Darmagan to string them. Zetsu's cursed. Shit, this is not good, he thought. As with the Byakugan, Naruto could see 360 degree, and with the Darmagan, he could shrink anything within that range. So, it's not possible to attack him like that. I have to get Obito out of here, he thought, as several white Zetsu started spawning up from the ground. As Naruto looked at them, what, they're trying to get him out, he thought. As the white jutsu rushed towards Naruto, Naruto was forced to leap away as, in that split moment, black jutsu appeared and dissolved Obito into the ground with him. Naruto cursed. Shit, he escaped. He killed all the white jutsus in a split second. Damn it, Naruto thought, as this was definitely not what he wanted, but, well, it was what it is. In the cave, Toby and Zetsu appeared out of, the ground, as they both, Toby was the first one to remove his mask as he coughed out so much blood that it was not normal. Zetsu started cursing. I told you, you bastard, not to go after him. He's way out of our league. Until you don't get the Rinnegan, don't go after him, Zetsu said. Obito cursed at Zetsu. Bastard. How the hell is he so strong and fast? Not even Makami can keep up with that kind of speed. And not to mention, that bastard's strength. It even surpasses Tsunade before by a huge margin, he said. Zetsu cursed. He knew why it was. Chakra control. The Otsutsuki's were natural in that thing. And, Naruto had trained to control his chakra, so he could only imagine how strong the boy was when he tried to apply all of his chakra into a specific part of his body. Yes, that was Jiro chakra technique. Only the Otsutsukis could perform. Using all of the chakra in your body into a specific body parts. And meanwhile, just having enough chakra so that other parts of your body don't become limp. That was Jiro chakra techniques. Again, only Otsutsuki could master such a high chakra technique. Zetsu cursed as white jutsu came out of the ground and started hitting Obito. As after a while, Obito was completely healed as he put back on his mask. That brat is gonna be trouble. Yeah, I thought the pain could handle him. No, even if I get the Rinnegan, this is gonna be troublesome. We might need to revive Madara sooner than we thought. Toby thought in his mind. This was not what he planned. This was strength way beyond what he imagined. Handling him so easily, that speed, it made Minato look like a joke. Shit, thought Obito. This was definitely not good. Meanwhile, in Konoha, Minato was, not having a great day. Why, you may ask? Well, because he got a letter from the Sand Village stating that the Kazekage was captured, and in front of him were the team that he was gonna send. Menma Uzumaki, Mito Uzumaki, Sensaru Uchiha, Yoriichi Kubutsuchi, and also Kakashi Hatake. And Kakashi Hatake, I am assigning you all to a mission to rescue the Kazekage. Is that okay? He asked, as all of them nodded. No good. You'll go on this mission right here. Immediately. Leave, he said, as they all nodded. Yoriichi had grown up. He looked a lot taller. His hair had come down to his back as it reached, up to his stomach area. As it was up to his back, it was tied in a ponytail, as it was a long brown mixture of brown and red hair. Yoriichi was, a master in Kenjutsu. He even surpassed Kushina in that remark, since he was the one who trained him a little about Kenjutsu, since he was the best in the arts in the entire village. And right now, Yoriichi had claimed that title. He defeated Kushina several times, even after she used her chains. Even if Minato had to give Yoriichi a rank, he would be a low S-rank shinobi. Same could be said for Cyrus. He was a low S-rank shinobi right now. Menma nor Mito were the same, while Kakashi was, well, a mid-strength shinobi. Why Kakashi was a mid-strength shinobi? Because of that cursed eye of his. Minato cursed. When you remember when Kakashi used the Kami first time on him. God damn it, that technique was useful. Kakashi had warped Minato's, well, kunai into a separate pocket dimension where Minato could not go. I mean, he could, but it would take a lot of chakra. Minato tried to go into that pocket dimension one, and well, it did work, but half of his reserves were completely depleted. Going from one dimension to another was really taxing on one's chakra reserve. And Minato never wanted to experience that again. He just sighed. Hopefully the mission would go good. And hopefully the Kazakage would be rescued. If this happened, the ties between the leaf and the sand would even become more stronger, since the stone and Kumo had attacked the village. The council forced over it to retaliate, and Minato knew that was a foolish decision. If that happened, well, the village would not be this good as it is right now. The village was still recovering from the invasion, and, well, the loss of Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki. So it wasn't a great decision to just go on a war with all the two great nations at once. So he needed to gather allies. The Mist Village was, well, on a lockdown. It was still on a lockdown even after Yagura was defeated. Jiraiya's spy network had given him the information that Yagura had been defeated by Mei Terumi, and currently the village was on a rebuilding phase, but it was still on a lockdown, so no alliance could be made. But at least the Sand would back him up if he saved their Kazakage. He knew that much. The Sand was only in debt to them, and with this would solve the alliance once and for all. Minato knew that. Then his thought came to the son that his son which left the village. He still felt bad about it. Maybe if he treated Naruto correctly, things wouldn't have turned out this way. In the Snow Country, that's where Minato thinks that Naruto is residing. Minato is currently thinking that Naruto is, well, one of the shinobis in the Snow Country's rank, but, well, he's heavily underestimating his son. Minato knew for a fact that his son was stronger than him. Because why? He defeated 4 goddamn perfect Jinchurikis at the same time. Minato thought that even he could do something like that. Well, he did almost defeat the Nine Tails, but that was because he was adapting sealing jutsu. Jinchurikis, on the other hand, were a completely different topic. You couldn't seal them or seal the chakra away. Stuff like that wouldn't work on them. The only way to defeat them was by brute force. And that was what Minato tried to do, but there's no way that he had that much power. Maybe Kushina and Mito were the only one in the village that had enough power to subdue a tail beast because of the chakra chains. The Uzumaki chakra chains were special, and they had captured someone within them and wrapped them around them. They started draining the chakra. If a normal human was completely wrapped up by Uzumaki chakra chain, well, within a few minutes that person would be dead. Why? Because even if the person was not, well, the spikes, even if the person was not pierced by the chakra chains because of the spikes around it, they would die because of the special property that the chakra chains had to absorb chakra, and it was in a huge amount. And that was why the tail beasts were completely useless against those Uzumakis. That's one of the reasons why they were wiped out. Because the tail beasts were the balance handling and all this skirmish between all the nations. And if the tail beasts were made completely useless, what would be their value? So they were wiped out. Minato really hated that day. He saw Kushina's broken look in her eyes, but what could he do? He just looked outside of the village and hoped that Nothing would happen to Konoha until he was alive. At least that much he hoped for it.